We're all
Same old,
right.
same old shit.
Same old shit, different day. Just trying to make it. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Cage Minds Fight Hour, ESPN Radio, Albuquerque, 1017 The Team. Saturday nights is fight night right here on 1017 The Team. I'm Micah Frankel, and we have a special guest right off the top joining us next weekend, next Friday night, BKFC Mohegan Sun. This is a huge one, a title eliminator in the welterweight division. Too long since we've said this for this man, the 25-year-old phenom, Bryce Henry. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Likewise, man.
Man, you've had quite a couple fights now since moving up to welterweight. Has the activity matched what you envision now, making the jump up in weight class? Because I know at 155 it was quite hard to find willing competition.
It's not even that, at 55, I couldn't make that weight anymore, so I had to move up. But now at 65, so they say that the division is stacked. I'm just here to fight and kick ass.
The division is stacked. You're getting these opportunities. You said it couldn't make the weight. So, what has that meant to you during camp, not having to get all the way down to 55 now at 65?
And now I feel good. I ain't gonna say I feel comfortable, 'cause, it's still a bitch trying to get down the weight. But right now, I'm way more comfortable. It's easier now, not much stress, and I'm like I said, just here to kick ass and look good while I'm doing it.
Here to beat people up, look good while he's doing that. That's been a trademark of your style. And for the people that want to get to know you out here in Albuquerque, hearing us live before they see this on YouTube, where did boxing come into your life? Because I know it's been there for a long time.
So actually, I've been fighting with boxing for 15 years. A lot of people don't know this. Actually, my brother started a day before me, and they came back from the gym. And like, you're like, well, like, where did y'all go? He said, y'all went to the boxing gym because it was his birthday. And I said, I want to go too. He said, you sure? My dad said, you sure? I'm like, yeah, why not? I'm not gonna let my younger brother outdo me or outshine me. So next day I went. Bro, trust me, I went to fucking quit, but I stayed to it. I stayed down. Like I said, I wasn't gonna let my younger brother outshine me, outdo me, and I stayed with it. And now, 15 years later, we're doing bare knuckle.
Was it the love of the sport immediately? Was there an intrigue with it? Or was it that edge of outdoing your sibling?
Actually, I hated it. Like, bro, I hated it. But then, like, I guess like a week later, I found out, bro, I love this shit. I love hurting people without getting in trouble for it. And then later on, I found out I didn't have to go to school. I mean, I was a smart kid in school. I graduated 3.7, but I just couldn't sit down. ADHD was kicking my ass, so I had to, I couldn't go to school for this shit. Or I don't have to go to school for this shit, and I made it 10 times better.
You didn't have to go to school. You're able to implement kind of that school of hard knocks learning. What was that then like coming up in the gym and learning? I guess people would say the hard way and the experienced way for a boxer.
I mean, I would say, everybody has their own route, their own path. And I think fighting was just mine for me and my brother. Everybody path's not the same. Some people have to go to school. I'm not gonna like outshine. Like, I'm not gonna talk bad about school. School is good for a lot of people. A lot of people need school. Some people don't. I was just one of the ones who didn't have to, and that's
Yeah, because I'd almost suggest that coming up in a boxing gym, training, the sparring rounds, I'd say you might have had it a little bit harder actually.
no, I love that shit. No, I love, bro. I used to go to the gym wanting to hurt people. Like, I live for that shit.
You and your brother have always been there to push each other. So, what was that like to have somebody, to have that sparring partner, to have somebody that is right there going through the same journey step in step?
They always say that fighting, not even just boxing, fighting in general is lonely. I didn't experience that because I had, like you said, I have a brother. We're 16 months apart. He was like damn near my twin. So everything I did in life, or everything we did in life, we were right there, like right next to each other. So it was never lonely. Like I said, I'm blessed to have him, not even just for fighting, but just in life.
You've been blessed to have him by your side. Did your dad expect in any way? Have you guys ever had the conversation with him? Did he expect that One day taking your brother, the next day taking you would transform into what it meant for your guys' lives.
I mean, I think so because growing up, he always taught us like everything you do, anything you do in life, make sure you're the best at it, or just train to be the best. And then, like I said, we just stayed down, stayed in the gym, went there every day, learn everything, like try to learn everything as fast as we can, so we get to the next level. And that's what we did, and then we're here now.
When you hear those kind of comments, were they ever daunting, or is it almost like something to aspire for the way he said it?
It's crazy because like my dad, like it was my dad always he always told us to stay humble. Like he'll tell us some good shit and out of nowhere, nah man, you're nothing, dog. Like you're nothing. Just make just stay humble. Just stay humble. Like it wasn't, I guess growing up, it sounded like, oh nigga, like you must hate us. But I'm older now, like nah, he told us that to keep us in line and stay humble and keep our head down. And now, since we're older now, I'm 25, he's 24, everybody that come in like contact with us, be like, bro, you're so humble, dog. Your dad must be so proud of you guys. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I guess that was for.
How often do you end up looking back at little things that he said and be like, oh, wait. Now I'm starting to understand what that really meant, why he was saying that.
I mean, like I said, when I was younger, I hated that shit. Like, bro, I'm your kid. You must be like, tell me some good shit. But that could make you big headed, and I guess he didn't want that. Sometimes I was feeling myself. As all kids do. You're growing up, you start feeling yourself like, oh, you don't listen to your parents, none of that bullshit. But as you get older, like, damn, you look back and like, nah, those some great things. I'm glad he was in my life because a lot of kids don't have their dad, and a lot of kids don't have even both parents. I was blessed enough to have both.
How much, as you say, having that strong family bond and togetherness has helped you become the man that you are, having the confidence that you walk around with?
So I had to talk about this the other day. I said nobody makes it to the top by themselves. You got to have a team. Thank God, like I said, I had a family. It was 7 siblings. I was like right in the middle. It was three younger, three older. Like I said, I had that and both parents, and I have a strong team outside of my family. I got friends. I got a lot of friends that I like family, and I was just blessed enough to have both. Like I don't know, like I just know who to pick, and I picked right.
7 siblings. Are there only two of you in fighting?
For sure.
Is that a surprise, or did you kind of already know that?
Nah, I mean, when we were little, we always did something. I had an older brother and sister who were in football, flag football. They went to school for that. My older brother went overseas. He played in Germany and all type of stuff. But everybody in my household, you played a sport. It's just that me and Bobby were just crazy. We lived for shit. We wanted to feel real pain and not. I'm not gonna say with teams like football teams, basketball teams. I didn't like it because if one mess up, we all mess up. In that boxing ring, if I mess up, I'm the only one that pay for it, and I love that. So the ring is the only place that doesn't lie. So if you don't put in work outside that ring, it's gonna show in that ring.
I'm assuming you and Bobby were each other's first sparring partners?
No.
No, okay.
My dad and bro, even like we were younger, my dad did not play that shit. Even like bumping heads and fighting each other, bro. We fought like for real one time, and my dad beat our ass. Do that ever again. Do that to the people on the street. So that was like a really big lesson, and me and him never fought ever again. And we're now 25, 24, and that was like years ago, like over a decade.
So you guys are in lockstep, but you guys actually don't spar each other?
No, we don't spar. I mean, we spar, but we laugh, so it's not really sparring. Like it's not really sparring.
Oh, all right. It's more like light touching, light, quick moving.
Like we know when to get for real, like the sharp, like get like both of us sharp for our like yesterday or yesterday. It wasn't for real, for real. Just make sure I'm on my shit. I'm not playing around. Like I'm taking this fight for real. But never like trying to kill each other.
All right. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. So I was going to say, how do you, with you and your brother being in lockstep, if you guys are sparring each other, where did you develop and realize that you had that joy for hurting people? Because that's not something a lot of fighters come out and just say. That's like the taboo, quiet thing. But a lot of people are like, I love knocking guys out. But you are open and honest about liking to hurt people. Where did this like realization come from?
I don't know. I guess growing up, I was very little. I was a bad child. I was very bad. I was angry. Like I always smile. Like if anybody see me, they're like, "Oh, Bryce is a good kid," but they don't know, bro. I was a bad ass kid. Like I guess I was just always mad, and nobody knew that. So I used to go to the gym. I used to try to kill my teammates. When I was like what 10, 11, 12, 13, I used to try to kill them, and I guess I realized nobody couldn't fuck with me. I guess that's where it came from.
I it's hard to imagine you wanting to get in there and kill people because again, you're smiling all the time. And even when we see you in bare knuckle, I feel like we see guys that look more viscerally just like mad being in there, and you look kind of happy to be in there.
I love that shit. I'm telling you, like, this is not no fake. Like, this is real me. Like, bro, when I did come in bare knuckle, I didn't come in, talking mess. That wasn't me. Like, my coach said, chill. Don't let them know the real you yet. So now I say, fuck it. He said, now go ahead, show the real you, bro. He says you're a demon. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
You're a demon.
Says, man, he's like, bro, yeah, he said, bro, he always said it, like, bro, you're one of the special ones. Like, cause he coached me since I was like 14, 15. And now I'm 25, about to be 26 soon. He watched me grow up. I even call him like he's like another father figure. So he watched me, like he knows like this kid's gonna be big, like for real, for real. He been saying that even before people really knew who I was. He'd been saying this even before I got to bare knuckle. He talked highly of me. And that's why even for the BKFC, I didn't try out. Like he spoke so good to me. They let me right in the front door.
And that was a obviously correct move for them to make. We've seen you be dominant. Have we even had to get past the jab yet? I was going to say your jab won most of your fights so far. So I was going to say, have we even had to get past the first punch yet?
Nah, man. Like, see, me being boxing so long, I'm glad I did that. Like, I'm glad the first sport I did was boxing. I mean, it wasn't the first sport. Like, the first sport I really actually took serious. 'Cause I played basketball, I played football, but when I stepped into boxing, that's the one I actually took serious and stayed for a very long time. And as you guys see, nobody can mess with me. They can't even get past my jab. So I might as well look. When I get in a real fight, somebody might die for real, for real. So I'm trying to prolong that. But if it comes down to it, I'm ready for whatever.
Are you feeling like we're getting to the verge of the kind of challenges and the kind of names where you think you're going to get one of those tests where you might verge on a fight or a fight?
I mean, all fights are fights. Just everybody claims that they're tough until they get punched. And I would say they haven't got punched by me yet. So everybody's tough till they get punched by me. So we're gonna see. I don't think so, not yet, but I think when I move up in weight, I might get a fight. A real
Move
fight.
up and wait.
Yeah.
All right. So we already got some kind of thought process in the works after conquering welterweight.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I'm still 25. I'm for sure gonna get bigger. I'm a young man, but I'm not a grown man yet. So I know this. I'm gonna get bigger. I'm gonna put on more muscle mass. Even though I'm a stick right now, they say until they see me in the ring, like, oh, this kid's actually big. But for sure, I want to move up. 60 after I conquer 65 for a while. I'm gonna go up to 175. I want to go to 85, and potentially might go to 95. Who knows?
Talking about 65, we're coming off of a victory by disqualification. Of course, we got to talk about the Julian Lane fight. Is there an extra? I know you like hurting people, but is there an extra badge of honor to defeating someone so much to where they go out of sorts in the ring?
I mean, we knew he was some crazy shit. Like, we know he had CT and E. We know this. Like even at the weigh-in, when he grabbed me, I said, "Oh yeah, he's for sure gonna put some shit on the fight night." So I'm like, "Okay, I know you're gonna do something crazy, but I didn't know what it's actually gonna be." So when we know round one, piecing them up, like picking them apart, he's cut up, he's opened up, like and that was easy. And I even told him, I said, "Bro, do everything that you say you're gonna do. You say you're gonna knock me out, this and that." I'm like, okay, but you're not doing it. Even mid fight, I literally said, "You a bitch." Like mid fight, I said, "Bro, you're not fighting me. What's up?" So I guess he threw, was it a straight two to my body, and I caught him on my elbow. I said, "Well, he's not strong no more." So I walked him down. I said, "Okay, you don't want to fight no more." I'm talking shit the whole fight. So after that happened, literally like a couple seconds after, bro, he fucking next thing you know, my legs are in the air. I said, "Yeah, that was." I knew something was coming, but I know it was that. But he showed me, but that was he was very unprofessional. He was getting outworked. He was getting picked apart. He couldn't do nothing with me. And if I did that to him, bro, I made him easy work and nobody else did. So I'm like, bro, I'm for sure gonna get that belt. I gotta get that belt. Nobody can mess with me. If everybody having trouble with him, that's easy money.
How hard is it to be that other person? I know you're the one in there, but how hard do you think it is for Julian, for these other guys to have to listen to you talk and pop them with the jab the entire time?
I'm guessing it's very frustrating. I'm guessing, like, bro, I said this to myself. I said, I see why they say you're your own, like, your biggest enemy. Like, even in that ring, bro, like, I would hate to fight myself. Cause, like, bro, you don't know what I'm gonna do to you. Bro, I could box, I could bang, I could talk shit, I could laugh in your face, but I don't know, like, I wouldn't know what I would do to myself.
Do you notice when it's taking effect on guys? Can you visually like tell when that kind of conversation is starting to wear on them?
Instantly. Bro, like, so how the way I fight is I always kill your mental first, then your body. That's what I always do. Even like before the fight, the fucking standoff, I'm in your face. I smile. I don't talk shit. I never talk shit. I just smile. So right there, a lot of people don't like that. A lot of grown men don't like that. That messes with their pride. So I do that for a reason. Then we get to fight night. I'm bro. You're trying to be all mean and like for like bro, fix your face, bro. Like I just be smiling at shit and that bro, that does something to you. So now when we're in the ring and I'm talking shit and I'm just fucking smiling, bro, that beats you up for real. That's the first fight. And then later on, now it's the physical one.
I got to bring up before we even get into the upcoming fight because we're talking about the mental. I feel like that also builds into where the Bada Yaga, the nickname, comes from. And I don't know if you guys watch John Wick or if you went like I did and you actually went and looked up the woman that the Slovakian lore is actually made off of, that they made that reference. But I'm guessing that when you looked into all of it, you loved it even more, that it felt it was part of your character.
The crazy thing about that is my nickname. You know, when I came into being a professional, I didn't know my name was gonna be. My first name, what we wanted was Bryce. Holy shit, Henry. But you know, obviously, you can't use that. So later on, my dad and my coach like, bro, like, bro, you got to figure out your name. I'm like, bro, I don't know. Like for real, I don't know. And that's when one day they were like, oh, Baba Yaga. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And he said, bro, you never watch John Wick? I'm like, no. So I went and watched all them shit. I said, yep, I want that. I love that shit. That shit literally fits me. Because when I was younger, I used to go to the boxing gyms, and I literally wanted the best fighter they got, and I destroyed them.
So it was kind of fate. It was meant to be.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
We get the nickname. We have that kind of presence now. It felt like it fit perfectly. And do you feel like it's almost also gained some intrigue for you?
For sure. Like for sure, bro. Everybody tell me, like, bro, I love that name. It fits you. Oh, but do you really know what it means? I'm like, yes, of course. But there's different versions. You got the rush, bro. It's there. I know this. I know. I'm not dumb, bro. Like I haven't got. I wouldn't have got this far being slow. Like, come on now.
We know that you're not slow. We've seen the fast work or the methodical work, even however you wanted to apply it in the ring. Coming up here, a big fight. You're coming off of being an interim champion. You now get a guy that fought the levels of Austin Trout. We know that Trinidad Snake, he does have power behind his punches. What do you think of the opponent that you see in front of you?
You know, power doesn't mean nothing if you can't hit your target. I tell everybody this. You can be strong, you can be this, you can be that. Bro, you know, but I got timing and speed and I got some pop. So what can you do when I can box and bang? I'm in and out, I'm fast as hell. Matter of fact, let's touch on something you said earlier. If I'm beating guys with my jab, how can you win? Just a jab. And I'm not gonna say like I'm not trying, because to you guys like, oh, Bryce is just calm, he's collected, he's in there today, just doing his thing. But in my mind, I'm thinking about a lot of things, a lot of scenarios, how it can go, how it could go left. But I'm in there, bro. I'm thinking my ass off, even though it looks easy. Like I'm in there like water, like Bruce Lee. Nah, man, I'd be thinking my ass off. But with him, he's for sure gonna have hell, and I'm coming to knock his ass out.
I feel like cold blooded's almost a good way to put it. You feel like I feel like you're coiled up like a snake. He might be Trinidad Snake, but it feels like you're doing that, analyzing, and you're almost that calm that to someone like me on the outside, I'm like, this is probably raising my pulse, but you look like you're just so calm in there.
That was crazy. My dad did say I fight like a cobra. I just be like this waiting and waiting to strike. He also said like, bro, you're like a he like said like you're like a cat and a snake at the same time. You like you play with your food, but you know when to strike. So it's crazy you say that.
We've seen you, and no one's been able to get through the jab unless you've wanted them to, because you've went from a jabbing machine to also a very savvy counter striker. And we've seen the little uppercuts and the way. How is it that you're able to not stifle your power? A lot of guys with length, they're not able to work that inside game the way you are.
I wasn't always tall. Like I was a kid. So I mean, I'm still a kid, but I was also shorter. I was a late bloomer, so I was forced to fight in the inside. I had to learn the inside, but then as I got older, I had to fight way longer. So I guess that's where that come from. I got snapped on for fighting short, even though I was tall. Even to this day, my coaches they still get on my ass like, bro, fight long, bro, box. I'm like, bro, like it gets boring, but in the bare knuckle, you have to fight long. But I guess when they get tired and down the stretch, I know when to pull my tricks out.
We got some local boxers, the same thing. They got that similar frame to you. And every time we fight, every time you see them fight, you're like, so you use the length, and it's, oh, I promise, I promise. And then they end up in a clinch war or just banging against the ropes the entire time. And you're like, every time you see a guy with 3 feet of arms, every coach just says, use that jab, use that jab.
Nah, man, bro, that's my key, my jab. And then like, bro, I know when to listen. Like, bro, in this bare knuckle business, bro, you gotta listen. Just like that, the fight will go left. Like one little cut, fight over. So I gotta listen. But I know when to, break them down. Or I know when to get in. I know when to get out. Like I'm just different.
Is it a badge of honor? Is it a almost amazement? You don't look like a fighter that's had 7 fights in bare knuckle. This is stitching them up. This is bleeding. This is, as you said, one little scrape, one little graze, all of a sudden, and the red is just flowing. And we don't really see much scar tissue on you.
I never been cut. I never been cut, bro. I never been cut, bro. In fighting, I never been cut. I got headbutted in boxing. I got stitches right here, but I never been cut in bare knuckle, which is crazy. Like how I get cut in boxing before bare knuckle, like. But nah, man, I'm just when I go in there, I get real smart. I mean, I'm a smart individual, but when I get in there, you gotta get smarter because you could die in there. I don't want, bro. I got people who love me. I can't go outside like that. I gotta go in there smart and sharp.
Carlos Trinidad Snake, do you think this is a fight that can push you to have to use more tools? I mean, I'm sure you always expect to. Are you hoping to?
For sure. For sure. I had a the other interview with Brian Social. I'm like, bro, I want to get cut. I want somebody to make me feel like, oh, like let me go deeper in my bag. Like, bro, I'm waiting for somebody to actually like I guess hit me for real. So I hope he actually come and bring something else. A lot of guys they talk a lot, but they don't walk. They don't walk, they talk. Like I want to go in there, I want to put like I want them to make me dig deep. So I have to like show you guys like, bro, nah, Bryce is something different. He could come back from adversity. He could do this, he could do that. He's just not a boxer. He could bang, he could do this. So he does.
We got a huge event coming up at Fenway Park. Kai Stewart's taking on uh, Joe Gigliotti in the main event. I bring that up just because sometimes the rankings don't matter. Gigliotti comes over. He has a huge resume. He gets the opportunity to fight for a title. I know there's a European champion in the welterweight division. Dustin Page's recovering from a broken jaw. I think he's pretty much near ready to start training again. It looks like seeing him out and about. What do you expect happens after this fight?
None of them guys want to fight me. None of them guys don't want to fight me. Trust me. Nobody wants to fight. Trust me. I heard the inside. Nobody wants to fight me. I even told my people, like my manager, my team, my coach, I said, bro, if nobody wants to fight me by the end of this year at 165, I'll go up and fight Mundell for his belt. It don't matter. I fought at 185 already. It doesn't matter. Weight doesn't mean nothing. I'm faster, smarter, I'm sharper. It don't matter. after this fight, I just need a belt. I don't care who it is. It could be 185, it could be 175. If they could do something with 165, bro, I'm ready to fight anybody. I'll fight you.
That's not going to be very competitive, though. I'm not signing the contract. I'll admit that. I'll admit that in public.
Yeah, at least you're real. These fighters, bro, there's some bitches. Bro, they'll talk all this shit on the interviews, but when they see that paper or hear my name come up, like, oh no, for sure.
Has that made the prospect of this sport, does it almost feel harder for you? Like, I came to the roughest, toughest sport. Why is it hard for me to stay active to get these signatures?
Bro, the longest layover was 14 months, but nobody wanted to fight me. And I was younger back then. I'm like, bro, like, what's going on? I'm 25 now. I forgot what age I came to be bare knuckle. I think it was 22 or 23, something like that. But like even back then, I was ducked, and now I'm getting ducked even more.
Yeah, 22 was 3 years ago.
Yeah, man, I ain't lie, when I first came, I was some shit. I had a point to prove. But now, like, I think I've been chilling with my fights. Even though I'm cutting them up and stopping them, like, I feel like I gotta come back now and knock niggas out. Like, come on, like, I don't know why they're ducking me. You have to fight me.
Does it feel inevitable? You telling the bosses, if I'm this scary and I'm this tough, how are you not making me a star?
I mean, no, I can see what they're doing. Trust me, like it's their shit. It's their business, it's their company. Like I can't like be like, yo, fam, what you doing? Like, bro, this is just their shit. Like I can see their vision. My last fight, even the weigh-in when I fought Lane, I seen Dave. I'm like, yo, what's up, fam? So we hug, we dab each other out. I said, what we doing after this fight? He said, bro, you're gonna you're gonna get the winner out of the unification. So that basically means the person Dustin Pig has the gold belt. I think he's gonna fight Franco. I think. But I don't know how it's gonna go because he said I get the winner out of that. So neither of them wanna fight me. So I really don't know how this wanna go. Like one of them gotta fight me or one of them gotta go up in weight, go down in weight. Some gotta shake because I need that belt.
Something has to shake out. Can't wait to see you next weekend. Mohegan Sun didn't even touch on it, but now consistently a main eventer at 25 years old. This does that feel?
This is actually my third main event. Nobody's my age doing this. I don't think nobody my age is doing this. Like other than Kai. Shout out to Kai. Shout out to Kai. I ain't gonna do that. But he's the only one that's. It's crazy. 'Cause I'm doing this without no belt, and that's some crazy shit. Like what the fuck? Like I thought about that. I'm doing this my third main event. I have no belt, but it's a blessing. A lot of guys would love to be in my position. I'm not gonna overlook that or underlook that. I'm gonna stay focused. I'm blessed up, and I'm gonna keep on going. Like I said,
Yaga, Bryce Henry, BKFC Fight Night, Mohegan Sun headliner, and we're about to see him in some title fights. It sounds like if this one goes according to plan.
pretty sure, man. You know it is easy work, easy money.
We got to thank you for the time, Bryce.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Likewise.